Sitting in a comfortable position, your sit bones on the floor. Just engage slightly that deep abdominal so you have that awareness, or maybe, if it feels better, lift your pelvic floor. But that awareness of your pelvic basin, and then rest your hands across your chest, your fingers, the lightest of touches on your shoulders. Drop your elbows and layer in the breath. Exhale to rotate, inhale to center. Use the warmth of the day to help stretch traditionally quite tight areas of our body, our thoracic spine. Bring your hands now to your forehead and elbows wide. And this is when your posture is of the greatest importance. So sitting on a towel will lengthen your spine and lift your chest. Shoulders drop. Good. Looking forward on your horizon. If you feel yourself starting to drop, just bring your hands back to your shoulders. Keeping your eye gaze forward. Lovely, good. So bringing your feet forward if your legs are starting to tighten up. And then bring your hands behind. Third and final level. Elbows out to the side. Let's not link our fingers here. Let's keep the fingers really gently touching the upper back of the head. Open your chest. Pull your shoulders back. My aim, despite what we imagine, is not to put you into pain or discomfort. It's to open and feel that opening and put a little bit of tension in muscles where tension should be, like the shoulder blades. A little bit of tension in the deep abdominal to support the lower back, but no tension in the legs and no tension in the neck. Facing the front, lift the arms so the palms face forward, high V. Fingers go behind, now rotate one way and breathe out. Turn to face the front and breathe in. Rotate the other way and breathe out. Center and lift. Great work for mobilizing the spine. Lift. Imagine that you can see your sit bones, those bony bits of your pelvis. And sit back on your sit bones, take the pressure off the pubic bone. And give me another one of these. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and rotate. Breathe in and lift. Bring the hands to the floor. Fingertips on the floor. Now if you're sat cross-legged, you're now going to stretch your hips. So if you're not comfortable cross-legged, straight legs out in front. Some of you might even go to half lotus, where the foot sits on the leg. But all I want you to do is breathe in and exhale, walk forward. Breathe in and exhale, walk forward. And one more time, breathe in and exhale, just feel yourself releasing forward. So let's do that on the other leg. So if you've been cross-legged, now swap sides. So take the other leg in front or on top, or if you've got straight legs, just cross the other ankle over. So breathe in, walk forward, settle, exhale, work a little further. Good, I like that, lovely. So shifting perhaps side to side, if that works for you, if that gives you a bigger, deeper, more intense stretch. And one more time. Lovely. Climb up gently. Release the legs, Shake out the legs. Have some water and turn side on. Hands behind your knees. Now I said that there's no equipment, there's definitely no weights today. Holding your thigh and pushing your bottom towards the floor. Well, this could always help. You can always assist your back if you've got your band. So the band could help you in this exercise, placing it over your feet and holding with your thumbs on top. So breathe out, inhale, pause, exhale, lift, inhale, stretch. Breathe out, roll, inhale, pause, exhale, lift, inhale, pause, breathe out. So you find that natural ebb and flow of your breath, the natural ebb and flow of the movement, and bring them together. Good. We're ready to work with straight arms, hands in line with shoulders, possibly straight legs. Work at a pace that works for you. So breathe out, lower, inhale, pause, exhale, reach forward. Let's try and reach down our legs. Pause for a moment as you stretch, lift and roll, breathe out, inhale, pause, exhale, lift, inhale, stretch. Pace and strength. The slower we are, the more we recruit muscle. If we work too quickly, you simply use momentum. But this is all strength. And what strength is it? What do you envisage? As you roll back, can you see the pelvic basin, the muscle of the pelvic floor, the deep abdominal, the oblique muscles, the six pack, all those lovely strong muscles supporting your spine, tightening them to support your spine, visualizing them, and knowing where the work is coming from. It's not arms, it's not shoulders, it's not legs, it's that whole strength of the abdomen. If you feel comfortable, I always feel a bit guilty doing this, but if it feels okay, lower to the floor, hands to shoulder height, breathe out in one smooth flowing move, smooth and flowing, and bring your hands and stretch. So if you feel smooth and flowing, keep going. Again, remember the band is a great asset for this move. It will give you the support you need. Pause at the top and stretch. Lift and gently breathe out to lower, still thinking, still considering of all those muscles in the abdomen that are helping you right now. Breathe out and those muscles become naturally taut. Inhale and stretch. Good, slow, methodical, paying attention to the level that works for you. Pause at the top and stretch. Good, and one last one. That's the machinery outside, that is not my bum on this occasion. So I want you to pause at the top and hold the stretch. Again. Just to be clear, come forward and stretch. I'm going to go back a level now, if your back will allow you, if you feel okay. Go back and drop the front arm and let it reach behind you. Drop, hand behind your knee. Other side, drop, and bring the hand behind your knee. Reach back, and hand behind your knee. So you're working your obliques. I'm trusting that your shoulder feels safe. Because you're dropping the hand, the shoulder stays down. Okay, so if you just open the arm, people tend to lift the shoulder. So keep the shoulder down. Let the fingers brush across the floor. Can we do some more imagery? I like imagery. Imagine that there is such a warm stream and you're letting your fingers just glide into that water. Feel that lovely sensation in your hands. Same thing as we did earlier. Could you straighten your legs? Would that work for you? Same feeling of gliding, one arm forward to help support you. And rotate as you look behind. I'm always interested, if you're very centered on your mat, are you able to turn the same distance on each side? So I know on this side I'm quite mobile. It must be because I teach on the same way. But on this side, I feel a little tighter. So what do you notice? What's going on for you? Do you feel a little tighter on one side than the other? Two more. Both sides. Hands drop. Arm looks behind you. One more. Now find your breath in and stretch. And it could start with just your hands on your legs, easing the pressure off your lower back, dropping your shoulders. And then maybe a little more active stretch. Your fingers point away from your bum. You breathe in, lift your chest, and then exhale, push your pubic bone up. Inhale, push your pubic bone away, chest lifts. Exhale, pubic bone up and chest lowers. Expand your chest with your breath in. Release with your breath out. Two more. Expand your chest and release. One more time. Good. You ready to lie down on your back? Have some more water before you lie down. If you've got a towel, get it ready behind you. Bring your knees into your chest, hands on top of your knees, and massage your back. Circle, heal, nurture, warm your lower back. And then circle the other way. Bring your feet to the floor, check your toes, knees and hips line up, and just move your hips side to side. Tighten your deep abdominal and drop your rib cage. And let your hands rest by your side, your fingers lightly curled, signalling to your body that your arms and shoulders are relaxed. Raise your front knee at right angles with your shin and hip. Press your back down and lift your second knee. Now release the back. Press your tummy in and lower one foot. Lift. Lower, lift. So as you lower, breathe out to lift. And keep the tension out of your arms. Keep the tension out of your chest. I can feel it pull on my neck. And I haven't got a towel, so I'm just going to fold my mat up so my neck has a bit of support. And tighten your deep abdominal, not too much. Just feel the connection and feel the lower back having that lovely support. Lift the arms, Palms turn in towards each other. And as the foot comes down, bring the hands down and take the other arm up. Centre, knees and hands. Leg goes away, hand lowers. Centre, knees and hands. Press away, climb up. Press away, climb up. Push away, climb up. Good. So feel as if we're loosening off the front of the hip. I know it feels quite, yeah, well, somebody said painful. We'll ignore that. I know it feels quite tight in the hip. That's the word you're looking for. So if it is, spend some time releasing the hip. So when we say pain, we mean intensity, right? And we mean it in the tummy. Is that right? Let's do a couple more, just to make sure we know we're on the same wavelength. Intensity is the word that we use nowadays. Bring your hands to your knees and massage your back. So what we'll do is we'll release the hip. Put the back foot on the floor and the front hand on the front knee and circle that knee. Release through the hip. Now circle the other way. So movement, as we know, helps to release and stimulate the fluid in the joint, the synovial fluid, and keeps the joint mobile. Let's try it with a straight leg. So point the toe, straighten the leg, and that makes that movement a little more intense. Now go the other way. Keep the pelvis still. Good. So 5 circles one way, 5 the other. Now put that foot on the floor, bend and lift the other knee, put the hand on the knee, and, as they'd say in your A-level test paper, compare and contrast. Compare and contrast this hip to the other hip. Keep your pelvis still, recruit your deep abdominal, and compare and contrast that movement in your hip. Now go the other way. Good, lots of thought. Let's take the leg into the air, a straight leg. 5 circles with a pointed toe one way, and 5 circles the other. Good. Great observational work, great attunement with your body. Hug your knees in and take one leg, so we're going to unfold the legs. One leg unfolds to the sky and the other leg unfolds towards the floor, so you've got right angles, and flex your feet to add a little bit more stretch through the hamstrings. Fold back in, both knees fold into your chest. Unfold one leg to the sky, one leg across the floor without touching. Fold back in. Press away. I forgot to tell you, but I've got my hand behind my thigh. Fold back in. Make it easy on yourself. The leg that goes up into the air, hold the back of the thigh. Fold back in. Press away. Hold the back of the thigh. Fold in. Breathe out. So make this about the hamstrings. Make this about the calves, the Achilles. Stretch the back of the legs. I appreciate they're tight. Lifestyle makes them tense, so let's try our best to stretch them out. But this isn't just about your legs. This is also about your tummy. And if you took your hands away and rest your hands on the floor, palms up, you'll soon be mightily aware of the intensity of the deep abdominal. There's a difference of opinion in class at the moment. Breathe out, push. Inhale, center. Breathe out, push. And center. Do you feel the flow? Good. Keep going. Push. 2 more each side. Keep everything else still. Tighten your tummy. So this isn't a cycle. You're not just moving your legs quickly, you are decisive. Stretch. Center. One more. Stretch. Both sides. Hug the knees. Hands on the knees. Massage your back. And round the other way. Both hands on your shin and stretch the front leg across the floor. So point the toes, stretch the front of the leg now and stretch the front of the hip and hug in. And then the other side, push and hug in. Press and hug in. So we stretched the hamstrings, we've worked through the back of the body. Now we're going to work through the front. Toes, knees, thighs and hip. Hand on front of the knee, the shin, help to draw it in. And be comfortable. Feel the breath, feel the work in the deep abdominal. Bring the hands behind the head, elbows on the floor. So you're supporting your head with your hands. You're cupping your hands to support your head. And keep the legs going. Point the toes, stretch through the calves, knees and thighs. And keep the back in neutral, natural curve. As you press the leg away, raise the head. Lower the head, knee in. Raise the leg, breathe and lower. Breathe out and lower. Breathe out and lower. Raise the head and shoulders, supporting it with your hands behind your head, and breathe out, lower. Let's do 4 more in that steady, controlled way. Let me hear you breathe out. Exhale to lift. Breathe. Breathe. Stay with me, last 2. Last one. Let's take the time to release our neck. Turn your head. Bring your toes to the floor, but your heels lifted and your knees move one way. And your head turns the other. Good, nicely done. One more each side. And build those levels, we'll add in another level. Knees to chest, hands on one shin. The other leg stretches away, pointing the toes. Swap, hands on other shin, level 1. Hands behind your head, elbows on the floor, and you're encouraged to recruit your deep abdominal. Well, basically, you're forced to do it because the back will arch otherwise. So you start to raise the head as the leg extends, but this time raise the head and rotate. Shoulder over to your opposite knee. Breathe out, go across, inhale, lower. Breathe out, go across, inhale, lower. Press and lower. Still think about how we started the move. Point the toes, stretch through the front of the knee, stretch the thighs. Breathe. Nicely done. Breathe. Breathe. All 3 abdominals working in unison. The perfect, I think you'll agree, perfect exercise. Deep abdominal, because the leg is extending. 6-pack, because the head's lifting. Rotational, because your oblique muscles, because you're rotating from one side to the other. So because it's such a good exercise, let's do 4 more. shoulder to knee, shoulder across. 3 more, shoulder. 2 more. One last one. Good work. Bring the feet to the floor. Extend the legs away one at a time and make those adjustments to your lower back. Hands above you. Hold the right wrist and push the right heel away. Go really long across the floor. And then give in. Just drop. Let go. And then the other side, hold the left wrist or the other wrist and push the heel away, the same heel, and then drop, give in. Do that a couple more times, so you're stretching all the way down your body, you're stretching your tummy muscles and releasing after a good hard workout.